Reish, thank you very much indeed. Yeah, but change in pace. Handicap now over a mile. 5.5 furlongs. Going to pick up a few of these in the paddock as they make the way around as conditions get ever more windy and inclement. The first one we have here is number 8, Lumberjack, one of a few greys in this contest. Lumberjack, trained by Mark Usher, will have the assistance of Harry Vigers in the saddle this evening. Very promising young apprentice rider. This horse is a maiden still after 18 starts, but nearly pulled off a little bit of a shock 2 starts ago at Wolverhampton when just denied by a head by Advertorial. He's a bit of a front runner. He tried to make all on that occasion, was just a little bit unlucky to be caught in the shadows off the post. He's followed then by another grey, number 9, Filigree, for Simon Pearce and Tyler Hurd, a daughter of Postponed, who's still a maiden after 6 career starts so far. There's been very little so far in Filigree's short career to suggest she's going to be winning one of these anytime soon. We're dropping back again then to number 2, Arenas del Tiempo, for Jim and Susie Best. Sean Levy is in the saddle aboard this daughter of Footsteps in the Sand, whose overall record reads 4 wins from 41 starts. And Arenas del Tiempo, indeed, her last visit to Chelmsford City was back here on the 30th of August. She was a ready winner on that occasion with Dylan Hogan in the saddle. I'm sure the conditions were much nicer on that occasion. We've only seen her once since then. She's had a bit of a break since the end of August. We saw her in action at the beginning of December. She was well beaten behind Jack Langley on that occasion. The last one we pick up heading out onto the track then is Filigree. We've seen her a few moments ago, and just dropping back again just towards the winner's enclosure, and we pick up just number 7. Number 7 is Damson, who's been quite well supported in the market here this evening as well. Has been touching favouritism. Marco Gianni bidding for a second winner of the evening aboard this daughter of Jack Hobbs, bidding to give Tony Carroll another winner in 2026. So race, just a look at a few of them here as they make their way out onto the course and head down to the 1 mile 6 furlong start. Rishi, yes, thank you very much. I think how tricky this race is can be shown by the fact that Halifon, the market leader, hasn't actually won a race since September 2024. You're just relying on that falling mark, and in Ian Williams we trust, and indeed the likes of Damson as well, who's still a maiden after 11 career starts, daughter of Jack Hobbs, who of course was such a good horse for John Gosden, so stamina will not be an issue. But I certainly would like to make a case for Lumberjack here, young Harry Vigors in the saddle, a horse who came so close to breaking his maiden 2 starts ago over this distance up at Wolverhampton. So we're just waiting for Damson to come forward in this Stairs handicap, followed in then by Filigree. Here's Anthony to call them home.
All set. Race 4, they're off. Oh dear, a spectacular unseat for Smoky Malone's rider leaving the stalls, I'm afraid. Dylan Hogan, he's got to his feet quickly. The horse seems to be fine, continues riderless, but a dramatic start. Smoky Malone unseated Dylan Hogan in spectacular fashion. Horse continues riderless. Jockey has got to his feet for the Easter Festival Family Day handicap, but Smoky Malone out of the race. The other 9 continue. And Halifon's quite keen back in the field. I think he was affected by Smoky Malone just cutting across him there around the turn on the first circuit. Back with the leader, it's Power Quest. Narrowly in front on the inside for Luke Morris. To in second place, Lumberjack. Then in behind those is Bloodhound, who's racing in the green and white colours. They're followed then by Hedonista up on the outer in the diamonds, tracked by Filigree in yellow and blue. 2 lengths back to Damson in the noseband, looking to break the maiden tag for Marco Gianni. 2 lengths back to Halifon, who's now settled a bit better in the light blue for Ed Greatorex. And then towards the back, Nora Barnacle, pale blue, yellow and white. And the overall back marker is Arena Stel Tiempo and Sean Levy as they race up the home straight on the first occasion. The riderless Smoky Malone is right amongst them on the inside, and just on the inside of Hedonista there as they come around the turn. The jockeys will need to be wary of that as they come around the bend into the back straight for the final time. So Power Quest in front for Luke Morris by a neck to Lumberjack and Harry Vigors, looking for his 3rd career success, having ridden a winner at Lingfield yesterday, Harry. He's up on the outside in 2nd place. Back on the inside in 3rd is Bloodhound and Rob Hornby, followed by Hedonista with the white face, and then comes Filigree, who's racing in the yellow colours. Next is Damson, who's racing ahead of Market Principal Halifon. Also in rear at this stage, we have Nora Barnacle and the back marker Arena Stel Tiempo. They race down the back straight. Still the riderless Smoky Malone just tucked in on the inside behind the front quartet. Headed by Power Quest on the inside of Lumberjack on the outer. Front 2 are ahead of Hedonista, who's racing in 3rd place. And then comes Bloodhound, who's racing in 4th. 5th place for Filigree, Damson in 6th, then Nora Barnacle in 7th. 8th place for Halifon, the back marker of the 9 that remain is Arena Stel Tiempo, being ridden patiently. Power Quest has now come under pressure on the inside, has been passed by Lumberjack, who's tanking along in front. Behind them is Hedonista. Behind those, Damson looking for an out on the outside of Bloodhound. Damson's making ground, though, for Marco Gianni, into about 3rd place now as they turn for home. The leader is Lumberjack by a length, but here comes Damson with a big move on the outside now in the red, blue and green colours. Back in 3rd, Hedonista goes towards the rails, and then comes Bloodhound, but Damson has struck the front now and goes on by about a length to Lumberjack in 2nd. Surely it's going to be Damson's day at last. She's out in front and galloping on strongly here. Another one for Tony Carroll. Chalk up a win for Damson, and it's a double notch by Marco Gianni as Damson goes on to win clearly. Lumberjack just 2nd from 3rd Hedonista, and then came Bloodhound ahead of Halifon.
So victory goes the way of Damson, finish fought out by a pair of maidens, Damson and Marco Gianni for Tony Carroll, and Lumberjack under Harry Vigors for Mark Usher. Lumberjack has travelled sweetly and kindly throughout the contest, but it was Damson who has broken the maiden here and has, in fairness to her, answered all the urgings of her rider Marco Gianni, who's ridden his 2nd winner of the evening here at Chelmsford City. But certainly it was a nice effort from Lumberjack in 2nd, ridden by Harry Vigors, young jockey who's already had 2 winners from his first 10 rides. Indeed, as Tony said in commentary, rode a winner at Lingfield Park yesterday. But Tony Carroll, very much a trainer in form, has saddled what I think is his 10th winner of 2026. Of course, the trainer hitting 7 figures of prize money in 2025 as well for the first time. But Rishi, it is Damson who is a maiden no more and wins in the colours of Derek and Cheryl Holder.